Hey guys, I'm Saurav. Welcome to the channel. This is the first video of a new series, Color Grading Explained. Now, in this series, I'll be talking about each and every tool that is used for color grading in detail. This is the first video, and as the title suggests, we are talking about tone curve. Now, the reason I'm talking about tone curve in the first video is I believe tone curve is the most powerful tool in editing. And why is that? I'll explain you in this video. I will be using only tone curve to edit all the three images, but you will see just with a simple curves adjustment within a very short span of time, we can edit the image and make it look a lot better. This is going to be a detailed video and you're going to learn a lot in this one. I'm very excited for it. Hope you are too. Without wasting any time, let's get started. So I'm using Lightroom for this particular tutorial, but doesn't matter what software you're using, the tone curve works in the same manner. Focus on this particular region. This is the shadows, this is the midtones, this is the highlights. So if you increase the highlights get brighter. If you decrease the highlights gets darker. Similarly, for the shadows, if you decrease it, it gets darker. If you increase it, it gets brighter. Again, same works for midtones as well. Now, suppose I want to add contrast to this image. The question you have to ask is, what is contrast? Contrast is basically making the brighter parts brighter, making the darker parts darker. So we are going to do that. We are going to make the brighter parts brighter. We are going to make the darker parts darker. That's it. And as you can see, we have added contrast with a simple S curve. So the S curve is used for adding contrast to the image. Now, you can also add contrast through the contrast slider. See, the problem with the contrast slider is that you don't get the flexibility of adjusting the contrast separately for shadows, midtones and highlights. But that's not the case with tone curve. So if I want a lot of contrast in the highlights and very less contrast in the shadows, I can do that. Or vice versa, I want very less contrast in the highlights, but I want a lot of contrast in the shadows. I can do that too. Again, as I said, you can adjust the contrast in the midtones separately as well. So as you can see, just with the help of a simple curve adjustment, we can adjust the exposure. Again, let's do it for this image as well. Now I want to increase the highlights. I want to decrease the shadows maybe, right? But I want to target a particular area. Now how will I understand where does this particular area exactly falls into the graph? You don't have to actually analyze and understand it. You can just use this particular option. Now, I will just change the curve just by here so that I get these points. Let me just go here and just select. When I click on it, as you can see, you get a point right here. I can do for shadows as well. Just let me zoom in. I can do same for shadows as well right here, right? For now, just focus on the highlights. So this is the point for highlights. I can make this brighter, and as you can see, I'm adding a lot of contrast in the highlights. Similarly, if I want to add contrast in the shadows, I can take it down as well. But for this particular image, there is a lot of contrast in the shadows, so I'm not going for much contrast here. If you want that faded filmy look, you just have to raise the black bar here. So as you can see, just by raising this particular bar, I'm getting the faded look. The more you raise, the more faded the image becomes, right? So this is how you use this particular small pointer option and make targeted curve adjustments. Let's do a simple, very quick exposure adjustment for this one, and then I'll be talking how to use tone curves for color grading. Okay, so maybe I'm going with this particular curve. As you can see, the image already looks so much better. Just a tad contrast in the highlights and a lot of contrast in the midtones and shadows. But now, as you can see, there's a lot of blue color here which I don't want in the image. So now I can use these three color curves and adjust the colors. I'll go to the blue curve, select the point. As you can see, the point is selected. You can increase the blues if you want, but for this particular image, we are decreasing the blues. And as you can see, when we decrease the blues, we are actually adding yellows to the image. Similarly, for this particular image, suppose we are decreasing the greens, then we are adding magenta to the image. If you're decreasing the red, you're adding turquoise to the image. This is something you have to remember about colors. Okay, so this looks very weird. Let's just undo that. There's a lot of contrast as well that's added, so just let me undo it as well. I will do a simple curves adjustment for adding contrast. That looks fine. And let's go to the green curve. Now, I want bit of magenta on this particular part, so I reduce the green, but I don't want this particular green to get affected. So I'll take the pointer here, select it and just raise it so that I'm adding greens to that particular image. This is obviously not the final color grade that I'm going with. I'm just showing you how I'm using a simple green curve to add greens, to reduce greens in the color and color grade the image. Let's do it for this particular image as well. I want this particular blues to be increased, but I don't want it to affect this particular grass. So as you can see, again, I'm increasing the blues here and I'm decreasing the blues here. Again, this looks very fake, but you get the idea, right? For this image, what I'm exactly going to do is I'm going to select the sky. I'm going to increase the blues a bit, but then I don't want the skin to get affected. So I'm going to select the skin and reduce that particular area so the skin tones are not getting affected. Similarly, if I want to add green to this particular part, I can just add green, and I don't want the skin tones to get affected, so I can just reduce that particular part. So you can target a particular area not only for exposure adjustment but also for color adjustments as well. Now in color grading, you just have to understand what kind of colors do you want in the highlights, midtones and shadows, and then you have to decide what curves you have to play with. Suppose I'm going with a very simple cross process color grading. So for the cross process effect, I want blues in my shadows and yellows in my highlights. But as you saw, there is no yellow curve. But as I mentioned before, if you want yellow, you just have to reduce blue. So I'm going to increase the blues in the shadows and I'm going to reduce blues in the highlights, right? You can reduce how much ever you want, you get complete flexibility. If you're using a particular preset or a LUT, you don't get this flexibility. But now that you have understood how to use the tone curves, how to adjust the colors, you have a lot of flexibility. You just have to practice a bit and eventually you will master the tone curves. As you can see, the images look a lot better just with the help of simple tone curves adjustment. And that's why I feel tone curves is the most powerful editing tool. That's it from this video, guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you enjoyed it, press the like button. If you haven't subscribed it, make sure you do it for more such amazing content. I'll talk to you guys in the next one. Bye.